So I'm still trying to figure out the best setup for filming at this house, but you might see one or two backgrounds switch with me throughout the next couple videos until I figure out a permanent location. But anyway, I wanted to do my 6-month update on my Project Polish today, so let me breeze through this as quickly as possible because it's already is today the 10th or the 11th? I can't remember, but it's already over a week into July. So anyway, I actually was not able to finish off any of the polishes this past month of June, but I was able to make a pretty decent amount of progress on almost all of the polishes. So let me start off from the very beginning. This first polish that I have here, this kind of off-white eggshell color, this is from Maybelline. This is one of their limited edition shades. This one's in number 970 Sandstorm. That is what the polish looks like currently, and I was right up at that mark there at the last update, and I'm currently down to there. So this literally has maybe one application for my nails left in the bottle, probably one manicure. I had this on the other night, did the dishes, and then it started peeling, so I had to take it off, and I tossed this one on. This, by the way, is actually, I did a video with my throwback favorites from my June 2014 favorites, and this was included in that video. This is the China Glaze Polish in Pool Party. It's this really bright, intense, kind of pinky coral fluorescent color. I really like it, so I decided to toss that one on. But back to this one will definitely be finished off by the next update, so there is the progress on that. The next polish was one from Zoya. This is this really pastel, very pale pink color right there. This is Dot from Zoya, and at the last update I was at that mark there, and currently I'm down at the very bottom of this mark. So I'm assuming either at the next update or about 2 months from now, this bottle will be finished off too. So this one is pretty close to being finished as well. I'm just hoping either I'm gonna have a handful of them finished off at the end of July or at the end of August. I'm really thinking that there's gonna be a large clear out and a lot more polishes coming into the project. It wasn't like this last year, but last year I definitely had a lot more polishes that were at least halfway finished off already when I was tossing them in, and the majority of the polishes that I'm adding in are full-size bottles with 0.5 fluid ounces, and they're almost up at the top. So next polish was a really fun one. It was this glittery one right here, and this is from Wet n Wild. It's in their old style of their packaging. Yeah, it's gonna be hard to see. I was right at that line at the last update, and I just barely made any progress down to there. I only used this one once on the fingers, so I'm hoping, I don't even know if you can see that, I'm hoping that this one can be finished off too, because there's barely anything left down at the bottom of this polish. So really crossing my fingers on this one. I think I'm gonna layer this over a couple of my manicures this month and see if it can just be finished off that way. I really like adding that one just on the tips of my nails too, so one way or another, I'm going to try and finish off that sparkly Wet n Wild one. Here is a polish that I didn't touch at all. This is this red one right here. I really like the color of this red polish, but this is from Rimmel. This is the 60 seconds fast drying polish in Red Steady Go number 620. I have polish on there. I think it's 620, but I am still at that, you can't really see, hang on. I shook this one up so you can see it a little better. So I'm still down at that bottom line right there. So I will make it a point to use before the next update. Maybe I'll toss this one onto my toes or something. Then I had a kind of a darker color. I really like this one for my toes. It's this kind of tealish blue color right here. This is from China Glaze as well. This one is in Shower Together, and I can't remember if this is limited edition or not. I'll have to look into that. But at the last update, I was right there, and I got down to there. This one, I generally just use it on my toes, but I was actually using this one on my nails too, on my fingernails, so that's why there's so much progress on this one. So I really like using this one on my toes, especially during the warmer months like spring and summer, but I think this is like a year-round polish. I think it would look seasonally appropriate anytime. So that was that one. I'm gonna kind of pump the brakes on this one a little bit and play around with some of the other ones on my toes just because it's summertime and I kind of want a little bit of a change up. This next one, this one's a really fun one for like spring and summer. It's this really bright yellow one here. This is from CoverGirl. It's one of their Glossy Day Glossinis, and it's in number, let's see, number 670, hashtag Get Glowing. And I used it once and I just barely had any progress in between those two lines, but I was further down than the top line, but it was just barely enough to make a mark. So anyway, not a ton of progress on this one, but a little bit is a little bit. So I will hopefully have this one finished off, maybe. I think if I used it enough, I might be able to. I might be able to finish that guy off. Maybe I'll use this one on my toes. Yellow might look fun on the toes. I think I might be able to combine that yellow one with a couple of my other polishes and do like an ombre. It might be kind of fun. Maybe even something bright like this color on my nails. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Then I had the Sinful Colors polish right here, Sweet Tooth. Yeah, Sweet Tooth number 1180. And I was right there at the last update and I got down to here, and generally this polish is really thin, but the more that I've been using it and the longer it's been open, I don't have to put as many coats down on my nails now because it's kind of thickened up just a little bit. I'm probably gonna have to add in my nail polish thinner to this polish relatively soon, but as of right now it's doing just fine, and I could do like 2 coats on the nails instead of 3. So I actually have been really enjoying that, and that's the progress on that guy right there. I did have one empty. It wasn't a polish empty, but I was able to finally finish off my cuticle oil. This is the Deep Sea Cosmetics Nourishing Cuticle Oil. I was all the way down at the bottom right there at the last update, and this one is finished. Well, there's a little dab in there I could probably use, but this one, I'm considering it done. Thank goodness. I'm not adding this one. I'm not adding in any other cuticle oils this time around. This is where I was at the beginning of the year, so about half of it I used up for this project from about there down. So anyway, happy to have another one of these out of the way. And I wanted to add in a replacement since I feel like there's going to be 1, maybe 2 finished off by the next time. So I dug through my polishes and I found one that I thought would work really nice for summer, but could also kind of transition into fall time too. So this is the polish I picked out. This is from Wet n Wild as well. This one's from the Fergie line. I think they've since discontinued this line, or it's being discontinued currently, but this one is in number 007 Miami Spirit, and I put a mark on the back because this bottle kind of curves in a little bit. It's kind of weird. The polish does this weird curvy thing on the inside, but I'm right there. If you can see, I have a mark right up at the top there. So I'm going to keep track of the polish markings and the progress on the back here. So here's a swatch of it. It has this really nice kind of satin, maybe like a velvet finish to it. Is it there? I thought it looked pretty nice. So that was the polish, and that is it swatched out. So anyway, those are all of my polishes and my current additional polish that I added in. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.